Hey everyone, welcome back to another Next Steps podcast. My name is Kim, and as you can tell, I cannot dance. You know, some of you are secure in your dance moves. I am not, but I used to be. Back in the day, back in my middle school or junior high years, I remember being in my room, you know, where you practice your dance moves, and I was feeling so secure. I was so confident in myself. And I walked to my sister's room, I knocked on the door, and I'm like, hey, Amy. And so she let me in, and I said, let me show you these dance moves. Check me out. Look at this. I was feeling so secure. And I remember her face. I will never forget it. She was like a deer in headlights, just looking at me, trying to figure out what to say. And this is what she said. Well, I guess it's okay, but don't do that thing with your lips. Well, I've been thinking about security and our walk of faith. And also, what do we find security in? What do you find security in? What do you hold tight to? What are people or things that make you feel better, make you feel secure? Sometimes we hold tight to things and all of a sudden they slip from our grasp, and it can make us feel very insecure. There's a scripture in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 23, that says, let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm, for God can be trusted to keep his promise. Let us hold tightly. Let us find security without wavering to the hope. And what is the hope? Well, it's Jesus. The hope is Jesus. But too often we look at a verse like this and we think, like we talked about last time, our faith is wavering. We are struggling in our faith. We are taking one step forward, two steps back. But friends, remember that it's less of a perfect forward motion and next steps with God, and it's more of a dance with him. It's more of learning to hold tightly to Jesus, because he is the one that can grow our faith and give us our faith in him. And so how can we do this? How can we learn to hold tightly to him? Well, I think first we have to start looking at, what are we holding tight to that isn't Jesus? What are we finding security in that's not him? Maybe it's health. Maybe it's relationships, or like it's people pleasing, or ease or comfort in life. Maybe it's finances. What is it that you're holding tight to that often slips from your fingers and it just wrecks you? We need to surrender what's not Jesus to Jesus so that we're able to grasp on to him as we dance with him. And then also we have to remember that we are going to waver. This verse doesn't mean that we cannot waver. It means that we've got to hold tight to the one that will help us when we do. And that when we waver, through good times and bad, he is never, ever going to be disappointed in us. He loves us so much. He just wants to remain with you and you with him. And also this last part is, he's going to remain with you. He's going to keep dancing with you. He's going to hold tight to you even when it doesn't feel like you're holding tight to him. He is holding you. And so you just have to draw near to him and remind yourself that he's right there with you. And so your next step this week, this time I want you to take a look and take inventory of things you're holding tightly to. Take a look at your finances, your budget, your bank account. What are you putting money towards? What's consuming your mind? And as soon as you notice it, stop, think about the dance, and ask Jesus to help you surrender that to him and help you grab onto him, because he's holding tight onto you. And so remember, friends, next steps, which are more of a dance, are most successful with God and with others.